It was kind of scary, but like I knew my goal was to become a wrestler.
You see this right here? Danny, that title is mine.
You are the first champion to hold this title. She just lit a fire under your ass.
Danni Bee, you have potential, but unfortunately, you are just not UWW championship material.
Honestly, I feel very much betrayed.
She wants to act like you're weak, and I was like, no, it's gonna make her stronger.
She was still building me up, knowing that she was gonna tear me down. So I think it was just a lot of fake love.
How can a mentor turn on the person that she trained?
Danni Bee, get to the back of the line and stay the hell out of my way.
I just want to tell people you can do anything you want. You just have to believe in yourself.
I'm getting my revenge on that little shark, Miranda. So you can run and hide all you want, Miranda, but I'm getting my revenge.
No one can touch me.
All right, welcome, Danni Bee. Oh, I am so happy to have watched your match in UWW. But you know what? Before I talk about that, I just wanted to let you know that right now because I want you to know that. But we're going to save that conversation, everything UWW towards the end, because I want everybody to know about your story. Like, you should be so proud. And I know this business can beat that down. Like, it could beat it out of you. Yeah. You're going to have your days where it's like, you forget. If I have to tell you, like, I'm going to tell you, I want you to remember, look what you've done. Look how far you've come and look what you've accomplished. And nobody could ever take that away, even if you feel that in your heart sometimes. No one could ever take that away. You need to remind yourself.
Absolutely.
I mean, I want to talk about that match, like from UWW so bad because I was so angry. And I was like, we'll save it. We'll save it for the end.
Absolutely.
Where'd you grow up? Seems like you traveled all over, so I don't really know where you're from.
I was born in a small town called Altus in Oklahoma, but I mostly grew up in Oklahoma City. It's not as big as where I live now in Houston, but it's kind of a big city, low key. So I was born and raised there. I started wrestling training when I want to say 18. I graduated when I was 18. I ended up going to college for like 6 months. So I tried out the whole college thing and I was like, you know what? This doesn't work for me. So I ended up finding a small wrestling school in like an abandoned church. And these two guys taught me how to bump and roll. And I'm so grateful for them. They taught me everything that I needed to know.
The whole bumping and everything is so important. Oh my goodness. I forgot all about that ropes and how you get all the bruising from the ropes and then the calluses, the knots. Like not everybody can cut it. What did you feel when you first experienced all that?
I remember my first day of wrestling training. It's probably the worst, still now, like the worst pain I've ever experienced. Like my whole body was so sore. It was so bad.
It's like, hold on, what am I doing?
I know. It's like, do I really want to do this?
Oh my goodness. What was it that you were studying when you went to college?
I went to college for video and broadcast. So I love like taking pictures and making videos. I'm very creative with stuff like that. So I still love doing that till this day.
Everything plays a part. I think like it's so interesting how like everything goes hand in hand. And it's like, thank goodness I did this because it helps with this. And honestly,
yes, absolutely.
And especially you're aware of like camera angles,
yes.
How to promote yourself online. All of these, it's like important nowadays.
Very much so. So I'm grateful that I did get to experience that because it helps me till this day.
I love that. Did you watch wrestling when you were a kid? And if you did, like, who'd you watch it with?
It was so funny because my brother used to watch it and like I used to sneak into his room because for some reason my parents did not allow me to watch it. So like when it came on Mondays and Fridays, I used to just sneak in there and like hide under his bed and watch it.
So he didn't even know you were hiding under
No, like I used to steal like his little action figures, like all of that. So definitely like my dad and brother, they were big fans of it. So it was always in the house. And then when I became older, like I started to like really understand it more. Then I became a fan myself. And ever since then, I just loved it.
Maybe they thought like it was like really it's too violent for you or something. Like, 'cause I'm taking it you're the youngest.
Yes, I am.
My family, even though I was very strong-willed and everything, it was still like, but you're a girl and they need to protect you because you're the youngest. And it's like,
I know, right?
It made me want to like prove to them that much more. Like I can do that.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So I've just always watched it as a kid, and then just like the first time I saw it, like it's just stuck with me since then.
I love that. Like I like hearing stories how people got into it. It's always like
Yes,
usually it's families that like kind of you learn from
mhm,
them and you share that love,
absolutely.
and then all of us, and that's why it stays with you in your heart because it's like a family thing.
Absolutely. Yes. Even though like my dad and brother, they don't watch it, like just watching wrestling, like it just brings back those good childhood memories.
Oh, do they have you?
Mm.
They watched you perform?
They have, yes, they have.
Oh,
They have. It is so awesome. Like it's so awesome just having my family watch. Like it's unbelievable.
you seem so kind, respectful, hardworking. Honestly, like you're appreciative of every opportunity you get, and you just keep
Absolutely.
going too. If this wasn't the time, you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna let that stop me. Everything about
Absolutely.
your personality, I was like, you know what? Your parents did a great job and
Oh,
instilling
thank
these
you.
things in you. I want to talk about the match so badly. Everybody's probably like, talk about the match. Because it was such a good match. Like, oh my goodness, you should not have any regrets at all. At
Oh,
all. But
man.
I'll save that. I'm gonna save that. I have to slow
It
it
was
down. Talk about everything else and not get upset. From what I saw, like everything that you've seen and done, like you went in there, you abandoned church that because I think that's pretty cool. I was like, I want to see
yes,
footage of
yes, yes.
and it also seems like you've picked up and moved for wrestling multiple times. And that in
Absolutely.
itself shows how passionate you are about it,
Yes.
how much you want to succeed and what you're
Mhm.
willing to do to reach your goals.
Absolutely.
A lot of
Absolutely.
people can't do that.
Tough,
And
man. It's tough. It's tough.
especially having like support, like a lot of people probably can't, and I hope you did have that like support, but sometimes people cannot understand why are you
Yes.
doing this. This is the uncertainty is really hard
Yes.
for people to understand.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it was hard all by yourself. You just picked up and moved.
Yes, it was when because I started training in Oklahoma for about 6 months, and then I found Reality of Wrestling, Booker T in Houston. So then I just decided I'm gonna pack everything into my little Kia Soul and just move down to Houston. And I want to say 18, turning 19. I didn't know anybody in Houston at all, just fresh out here by myself.
Oh my goodness.
I know, it's so
But
crazy.
I love that though. I think I was telling Alex at some point, I was telling her, you know what you showed what proved to yourself is that if you could do this, you could do anything. You could go anywhere,
Exactly.
start new. If
Yes.
anything were to ever happen where it's like, oh, I got to start all over again, or you
Yes.
have a job that makes you, you know, leads you to another state, and you have to pick up and move for that job. You can,
Yes.
because you've already made it happen before.
Amen. Yes, indeed.
And you have such a sweet personality. How was life when you went out there and you moved and started all anew?
Oh, it was kind of scary, but like I knew my goal was to become a wrestler. So like any like issue I had, it was just like I'll get through it. I get through it. I know my goal. I know what I want to do. So like nothing fazed me. It was tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough, but like me being here now, I'm so glad I went through that, and I've just learned so much, and I've grown myself because I was so young. I was 18. I'm like, I can't even imagine doing that now. It's so crazy. Like I was so
Oh
crazy.
my and you're still so young too, so that's the perspective. You have to go through it to understand all this perspective, no matter
Yeah,
what age you start doing it.
absolutely.
And that's the same way I felt. And I feel like even today, how did I do all the things I did when I was younger? Like, oh my
Yes,
goodness,
yes,
how does anybody do it?
right. Yes,
But you did, and as long as you know that, as long as you know,
absolutely.
and it's a beautiful passion when it comes to
Mhm.
wrestling. It's like nothing. I can't even explain it. You either see it or you don't, or you have to
Yes,
experience it or you don't. This
absolutely.
beautiful art form that
Mhm.
like nothing else in the world, and the feeling that it gives you, it's
Yes.
it's incredible. I try to tell people outside of wrestling, it takes like 5 different things to fulfill one moment in wrestling. When it comes to the art, the physicality of it. Like working out can't just do it. It has to be all these.
Right. Yes. So many things just tie into this one feeling, and it's, oh my goodness. It's worth it though. It's worth it. It's hard to get stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all worth it.
What do you think is the hardest part of wrestling so far that you experienced?
Honestly, even though I love training, I want to say training is one of those things like, oh man, because it's like I go throughout the week and it's like, it's really tough. Like matches, I'm not going to say my matches are easy, but like going to training for 3 hours, it's especially in this Texas heat, it's hot. It's tough. Like I am so tired all the time from training and working out. So definitely like the physicality part and working out and trying to stay fit. It's pretty tough.
Yes, you have to be a machine.
Yes. Yes.
And there's no letting up. You just got to like to be on top of your game. Has to be your life.
Yes.
And they say like there's no conditioning like ring conditioning too.
Exactly. Like you can go to the gym 10 times a day, but once you get in that ring, it's so different.
One interview I saw you and I was like, oh my goodness, you were like, you had abs and everything. And I was like, oh, she lived at the gym. I'm like, I remember those days, but it's okay. I'm not running back to it. But it's worth it though. It's worth it.
Oh yeah.
What was the moment in time that you realized, okay, wrestling is what I want to do?
Well, of course, I've always been a fan, but I want to say I vividly remember it was when I was in college. Total Divas was on TV and I binge watched like all the episodes. And for some reason, I was like, you know what? I want to do this. And I didn't know how. I didn't know like the indies existed or anything like that. I'm like, how do you even do something like this? So like I was just on Google trying to find like how to become a wrestler and just trying to find anything. And then that's how I ended up finding my first wrestling school. So it was literally like Total Divas inspired me.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I always say like anything that but this is the way wrestling is though.
Yes.
Any way that gets you to love this beautiful art form. Everybody has a different journey. Everybody has a different story to tell of how they process and enter their lives. There is no wrong story. There's no bad story. This is what, you know, you ultimately were meant to do. This is what we're supposed to be on. And how the story goes, it's a great one. And in Total Divas, I was like,
this sparked something in me. It was so funny. I'm like, I literally binge watched all the episodes and I was just like, you know what? I just love what they do. And I was like, I want to try that. Like, I just love that, you know, they get to travel and wrestle. And I'm like, like, how cool would that be to experience that? Like, so cool. I'm so glad I did it because I'm here now and it's so awesome.
That makes me so happy. But it also proves to you how, like, what you can accomplish when you set your mind to something.
Absolutely.
That you never even thought possible. Like, usually you have to plan for something. But no, it's like all of a sudden, it's an idea.
Yes.
And you made that idea come to life. And it's just simple as making a choice sometimes.
Yeah, that's just the thought. And I'm like, what if I didn't have that one thought? It's like, I wouldn't be here today. It's so crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of those people who like have an invention and it's just all of a sudden it came to their mind.
Exactly.
And then they create something that the world didn't even know was possible.
Yes.
And then I wouldn't have gotten to meet you.
Yes.
Lucky me.
What makes Oklahoma such a great place? Because like you seem to really rep it like super hard.
Man, I know people joke all the time that there's nothing there. And I think that's honestly why I enjoy it so much. Like when I lived there as a kid growing up, like hanging out with the people that you know in your small town and just making those memories out of nothing and literally doing nothing but just being proud of where I'm from. Like I come from a very, very like poor family and all that stuff. And that's kind of how like Oklahoma is in majority of that area. So just being this image of just trying to tell these kids like, hey, you can do anything you want. I know we come from nothing, but I promise if you just believe in yourself, I promise you can do anything you want.
When I heard you say that, like my eyes watered because even at a young age, I keep thinking you don't really see a lot of people who want to be able to be that for others. Usually they're single-minded of just like focusing on the goal, but you're thinking of not only the goal, but their dreams, what they're going to have, either someone to connect with and say, you know what, if she can do it, I can do it too. But just that mindfulness of others, It really touched my heart when I heard that.
Man, see, I think it's just mostly because growing up in a small town, it's like not a lot of famous people are from Oklahoma. So like a lot of my friends, like they have dreams, but none of them like will go out and like achieve them because it's like they have this small mind mentality. But I'm like, where I grew up, I was homeless for a long time. I lived in and out of hotels with my mom. And it's just like being who I am now. I just love inspiring people. And I just want to tell people you can do anything you want. You just have to believe in yourself. And I know it's going to take some time, but like at the end of the day, you just have to believe in yourself.
Oh, it's so true. And the difficult part sometimes for people is that because I could hear other people, I've been around people who've said
Yes.
this thing. They're like, oh, it's easy for you to say. It's not easy. And that's the point.
It's not. No.
But if you have but the thing is that you know that it's possible and you see other people like they have accomplished it and it wasn't. For a lot of people, it seems easy that they just get this fame or they get this opportunity.
Yes.
But a lot of the time, they created this moment for themselves.
Absolutely.
And so can they too. It takes work, but it's so worth it. It's so do it for yourself, do it for your future, do it for your family, whatever the motivation, do it.
Absolutely.
And I'm happy that you did and that you're promoting that and you're wanting to inspire other people to just believe in themselves.
Yes, absolutely.
Because that means a lot. That is huge.
Absolutely.
So I'm so proud of you. I want you to remember, look what you've done. Look how far you've come and look what you've accomplished. And nobody could ever take that away. So I recently read that you won a sabotage world champion title.
Yes, I did. I wrestled the long reigning champion, Delilah Doom. Amazing wrestler, but I did end up taking that title from her. So I am currently the sabotage world champion.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations. See, that must feel so good.
Thank you so much.
Like, no, you still know, you know what? I'm gonna keep grabbing all those titles everywhere I get.
Yes.
Stop me.
Yes.
When
Absolutely.
One door opens.
Yes, absolutely.
This is the thing. When it came to the title, you were the first person to attain this title. You beat Christy James for this. Be the first person to hold this UWW title. That is something that no one could ever take away from you. It's a beautiful thing. You worked hard for it. You earned it. And you held that since, what is it, last year, December of last year, I think it was?
Yes.
You held it for a good amount of time.
Absolutely.
You have been so strong in it, like being a great champion. And I wasn't around for this, but what happened when they announced that you were working, you were wrestling against Miranda?
See this right here? Danni, that title is mine.
It really breaks my heart to see what I saw, what she did to you, and the things she said, because how can a mentor turn on the person that she educated, she trained, she helped, she nurtured, and she supported? It's hard for me to see that. I can understand if she's putting in self-love to make it, but she went the extra mile to her. So how did that make you feel?
It kind of hurt because having somebody by your side to build you up, then just to break you back down. I'm still confused about it till this day. It's like, I think she put me in this position to put me down. And now I'm just like, what was all this time helping me become a better wrestler, become a better person, become a better champion, just to bring me back down?
I kind of wonder if she did it so that she could take the title from you. But this is the thing. It's not necessarily that you're capable of beating her, because I totally believe and know that you can. I honestly believe the fact that your relationship of she's your mentor, I think she used that against that trust. Like, let me see. Let me show you. This is what she told me. This is what she told me about you. She said that she's pissed. She has to work around your schedule. You're unprofessional and you're a rookie. And did she ever show that when she was training you, that she thought you were unprofessional, that you made, like, she's the star and she wanted to let you know where your place is your place is being a rookie, and taking the title away from you is to remind you what your status is?
Wow.
Did you see that coming? How do you feel about that?
While I was the champion, she was still building me up, knowing that she was going to tear me down. So I think it was just a lot of fake love. And now that she's the champ, she's just out.
Self came out.
Yes, her true self is out now.
I'm still in shock. It's really interesting because everything she said in her promo.
After tonight, I set the tone for what it takes to be a champion here at Ultimate Women of Wrestling.
I do believe that she is an example, in a sense, of what you're willing to do on being a champion. Even if she cheated to win, no matter what, she has the title, and that's what we have to accept. But this is now making everybody go to another level, being like, okay, if that's the kind of person you are, well, I'll train harder. I'll figure out a way. I'll work on my strategy plan to beat you. Like, you are making me work harder. And that's, I hope you see that. You did not fail. You did not lose. And whatever she says, like, step in the back of the line and blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm like, no, you are the first champion to hold this title. That's what she doesn't understand, is that she just lit a fire under your ass. And I see, I know that. And I know
and she knows now that I can hang with her in a ring.
As much as she wants to pretend that she did all the abusing here in this match, no, she kept bringing all the stuff out, but you didn't stay down. You kept getting back up.
I did.
If anything, that just shows how strong you are and how she cannot underestimate you.
And she has to use weapons, but I'm like, we can have a regular singles match and then we'll see how that ends.
Yep, it's so true. She has no idea what's coming to her. And at the same time, I think it's like she does and she doesn't. She knows that you're going to be coming for her, but I don't think she understands at what capacity. Like, to what extent. Absolutely. Because I think she underestimated your drive and your will.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is the story of what every champion has to realize. You're happy you won the title, but now you just have a target on your back. Or like, it's coming for you. You made that open challenge thinking that, oh, you're the best. And you have no idea. You just got comfortable because you just won the title. What would be your message to Miranda right now?
Honestly, I feel very much betrayed, but losing the title means nothing because this just lit a fire under me. And now I'm going to train harder. I'm going to become way more smarter in the ring because I know your moves now, Miranda. I know a lot about you being my mentor. I know all your moves. So the next time we step into the ring, it's definitely game on.
Oh, yes. So now that we know that Rampage is CEO of our company, what did you think when you first heard that?
So cool. Like, I used to watch because he was in movies and stuff, and like just seeing him in real life and meeting him, I'm like, what is my life right now? Like, this is wrestling taking me so many places, and it's made me meet so many people. Like, it's just unbelievable.
Isn't it amazing? I was like, are you serious? Yeah, like, he's our CEO?
Yes. And then watching my match with you and him, like, on commentary, I'm like, life is not real.
Oh my goodness. I love that. I love that so much. Do you think, like, having him because he's from UFC and he's a champion, not only are you going to, like, bring your game because of what Miranda did, but it's also who our boss is. It's like, holy cow, well, we got to step it up. Like,
exactly.
Can you teach me, like, some good moves to put on Miranda? Like,
kind of want him as my tag partner in my next match with her.
You know what? Let's see. Seriously. Oh my goodness, I would love that. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do. Because did you hear him, like, any of the commentary or anything that he did?
Yes, he's so funny as well. I was cracking up. He's so funny.
Is there anything you want to say to the fans out there?
Yes, thank you for support. It's so cool even having fans. Like, I was literally the quiet, introverted kid in high school. Maybe had like 2 friends. So the fact that I have fans, it blows my mind. So thank you for supporting me. Seriously, it's so amazing. when I just see like kids and adults come up to me and I'm just like, what? So I'm so grateful. Like I love all my fans. It's amazing.
Oh, you hear that, you guys? I support you too. You got me as a fan. It was such a pleasure talking with you, Danni Bee. I love you so much, and I'm so glad to be able to spend time with you and spend more time with you at UWW. So for everybody watching out there, if you want to follow Danni Bee, everything's going to be in the description below. You can follow everything her on the links below, as well as UWW. Love you, Danni.
Love you.